Friends for Youth matches volunteer mentors with youth who need help to stay in school and fulfill their potential. These children are some of the lucky ones. Each has a friend, a best friend, who will work with them, play with them, just listen to them. A friend who will make a difference in their lives.
Alrighty, shall we? Tony is a rare breed. He is brilliant, way brilliant beyond his years, and he's adorable, and he's fantastic. We always have fun.
We go swimming, we went bowling once, played golf a lot.
I know he hadn't been introduced to golf, and he loves golf. He had never even seen the snow, and now he's been snowboarding a few times, and he loved it. To us right there, okay?
Like, you have to hit it like softly a little when you're chipping, trying to get on the green.
He's growing up, he's maturing. You know, he went from a small, out-of-control 10-year-old to a well-maintained 11-year-old, you know. He's very controlled, and he stops himself now before he says something he knows will upset me, and he'll say, oh, I was about to say something you wouldn't like, and then he stops right there, and I'll just, thanks, buddy, you know. I think he's brought more things to my life than I have his. He's a very, very loving child, and he has asked me to be his mentor, not just for the 1 year, but could you be my mentor till I'm at least 18, you know? And then we decided we'd just be friends forever, because that seems appropriate. He's just like me. We get along splendidly, and they matched us up perfectly. I couldn't have chosen a better junior friend.
Friends for Youth opened its doors in 1979, thanks to efforts made by concerned citizens who saw the need for a mentorship program in their community. Today, it stands out as a model for success.
Good morning. I wanted to share this letter with everyone. Friends for Youth is unique in that from the beginning we had a very structured program that, in addition to the mentoring, the one-to-one match between an at-risk boy or girl and an adult volunteer, we had a number of support services to support the mentor and the child. So we have group activities at least once a week. There's a recreational, cultural, educational, or community service activity. We have life skills workshops so that the youth and their mentors have an opportunity together to learn about relevant issues to youth, such as drug and alcohol abuse. We also very closely monitor our matches and provide support on a weekly basis, which most mentoring programs do not. And so all that put together has meant that we've had an incredible success rate in our 22-year history. We have had a success rate of between 85% and 90% of the children staying together with their mentors after a year, which is well above the norm in other studies.
What if the mentors weren't there to help, weren't there to be friends for youth at risk?
I think I would have been doing some bad things, would have been in jail or something. And I would have kept doing the bad things that I was doing in the past.
Doing bad, end up in jail, dead, or in the hospital, something like that. That's why there's this type of program, so we can get students out the streets and off drugs, so they can keep their mind open and ready, not doing dumb things like that.
My grandfather was my first mentor. And then he gave me the tools for the next step, which was myself. So my second mentorship was my own son. And after that, Friends for Youth is the first organization which I joined as a real mentor. And I met Jesse 2 years ago.
Sometimes you have questions and there's no one there to help you, give you the answer of the question you have. So that's why it's really good to have someone to talk to and tell them your feelings and what's happening in school. Like, it's been very important, because in school I was not doing good, and he helped me a lot. He brought me up to come to school every day, go go do homework, study, and all that to get good grades. I want to go to college, to get a good education and to have a good career.
So what I tried to give him was the path in life so he can be able to do something for someone else in the future. This is my philosophy of mentorship.
The benefits of mentoring often extend beyond the relationship between junior and senior friends.
It's been a wonderful experience for the boys and for me, being a single parent. Sometimes you need a little break, a little relief, a different idea, and the mentors have just been there for me, for them.
Because of the success of Friends for Youth, with mentoring becoming popular in the early 90s, a lot of organizations came to Friends for Youth and said, gosh, how do you do this? Can you help us? In 1998, we started the Mentoring Institute, which meant that we would have the capacity and resources to respond to those kinds of requests and to educate the community and organizations about best practices in mentoring.
The Mentoring Institute enables Friends for Youth to reach more children than ever before. Through its research efforts, training, and conferences, the Institute shares valuable mentoring experience with other organizations, helping them create more consistent, safe, and caring relationships for youth.
Anything else? No. 490?
My junior friend is Penelope, who is 13 going on 14, like any day now in a couple of weeks.
I like when we go out to places just to eat. It gives us time to just talk. It's just fun to talk sometimes. We have like sometimes projects that are doing. I don't know. She can help me with that. I don't know. It's just like fun to do it with. Just fun to do it together. Whenever I have a problem, I just call her up.
For me, that's what I get a kick out of is, asking what Penelope did at school each week and hearing what is important in the life of a 13-year-old. Puts a whole new perspective on your own life, and you forget about work and all your own troubles. So I think that we will continue to be friends for forever.
Forever. She's just a really good friend to have.
Sometimes a really good friend can be a friend for life.
My junior friend was Linda. We started out when I was right out of college, and she was just turning 10, and we just kind of hit it off. She became kind of a part of the family in general. We lost touch for a few years, and she actually came looking for me and found me about 3 weeks before her wedding because she wanted me to be at her wedding. It was unbelievable. One, that I'd had that kind of an effect on her, and then that it was so important for her to be a part of all that. I knew what the message was to me, was thank you, you were there when I needed you the most. And so that was it was so special. I treasure the picture from that day too.
Friendships can bring happiness and change. A mentor can make a wonderful difference in the life of a child in need.
When I was a kid, I was really lacking direction, and I didn't have very many positive role models. I thought I was going to get myself into some trouble. And that's what it just seemed like. I was a lonely guy with no direction, nothing to do, just kind of itching to hook up with the wrong crowd and get into the wrong things. And what Oscar did for me, and he did it through getting me out and just giving me something to do, was kind of provided me with one of my first real loves, which is bicycle riding. And in the grand scheme of things, it kept me out of trouble, and it made me receptive to the better things that were to come in my life. Oscar was one of my first good friends and one of my first strong, positive role models. And when I was trying to decide whether to be a doctor and help people, I started to think back to Oscar and what it meant for him to help me. A mentor is somebody who's become who they want to be and is there to share that, not just who they are, not just the things that they love, but the process of becoming who they want to be with somebody who's kind of lost. And that's what Oscar did for me, and here I am.
Helping youth be all they can be, a mentor's influence can be enormous just because they care. Because They're friends for youth.